And welcome to the Ruben Tuesday. My name's Ruben, and this is my review for a new Korean Netflix original series, dropping 2 episodes each weekend, one on Saturday, one on Sunday. 16 episodes, an hour apiece. It's called Tomorrow. Tomorrow. It's fantasy drama, but is it worth your time? Let's discuss. So episode 1's called Fallen Flower, and it's about a dizzying world of hard at work grim reapers and an extraordinary offer await Cho Jan-won after a freak accident lands his body in a coma. So in the world of Korean drama or fantasy, Netflix have a plethora, and there is a lot that are great, and there's a lot that kind of mid-range, and a few that just don't quite reach that bar of, yeah, I think I'm going to invest my time in it. In this one, I was excited because of the premise alone, and not just that fantasy world that we've had a lot of, the kind of reality that they like to, I think a lot of drama, fantasy, Korean specifically, like to kind of dabble in, but because of where it takes the genre of the Reapers, which we've had similar storylines before, and then kind of twisting it on its head. So there's this massive world or corporation of Reapers, and each have its own division. But there's a newly formed division where this particular Reaper, one particular Reaper, likes to save people instead of allowing them to die. And that goes against being like the Reaper code. And so we find our protagonist kind of getting thrust into this group. He's not dead, he's in between life, and he has... I guess he gets given this opportunity, and you'll see the rewards that are up for him if he's able to complete his job. He's a guy that in the world didn't really find his place, but in death seems to have found his place. So it's like a fish out of water in death. It's a very interesting concept. I really like the way they show the Reaper's ability, some of what they're able to do. You don't see too much of it in episode 1, but you do see enough to keep you interested. I think the acting is good, but if you're not used to the weird quirky comedy that sometimes comes in this pretty realistic theme, then it might take you off guard or off kilter a little bit, because they're playing with themes like suicide. It's a big part of this series' theme, like its main arc, where there's 40 people a day committing suicide, and it's their job to deal with, you know, the souls of those that departed and what they do. And so the darkness of the theme is relevant. You get to go along on a couple of stories of some people that are experiencing that or want to. The Reapers get this app of percentage of person likely to end up, you know, committing suicide, and then they get sent to their job, get there in the right time, that sort of thing. So we have a realistic story using the technology that we have in our world, in our time, but as well as having Reaper fantasy. There's a moment that stands out to me in this episode where they enter the mine, so you get to see some of the abilities that they have and the consequences of that, and the way the camera work and CGI work together to create a really quite intense scene. I was like, wow, they're setting up the standards for something that we're going to be able to get throughout the 16 episodes. Now, I don't know fully because the episodes haven't come out yet, but there's 2 available now. And I would say definitely check it out. At least give yourself the episode. If you're not grabbed by the first episode, then you're probably not going to like the rest. But for me, I was like, this is interesting. I could start to watch a few more, see where it goes. There definitely needs to be some more emotional gut punch, but I think that's going to come. Our main side protagonist, you have the Reaper protagonist, the female, and then you have the male protagonist, the half male half spirit character. Now our Reaper, for me so far, that is the more interesting character. They hint at a background of where she's come from, why she ends up in this particular task force for the Reapers, and I thought that was really interesting. That is where my concentration is, kind of like when the story is unfolding, I want to know more about her. Not so much him. I like him, but I want to know more about her. So it's interesting what they're playing with, what storylines and where they're going. As the pacing of the series unfolds, you understand that they're mixing their comedy to create a little bit of levity, so that when it is dark, it doesn't overshadow it as a just drama, depressing series. It's fun, it's filled with fantasy, good effects, well acted, and definitely worth trying it out. Let me know as you watch the episodes week on week whether this is one you're going to continue watching the 16 episodes, or you're going to wait for all 16 to come out. What is your favorite fantasy Korean sci-fi series so far? Well, it's not sci-fi. I guess it's sort of sci-fi. Reaper technology, fantasy, mixed drama Korean series. What is your favorite at the moment? Not just on Netflix, but elsewhere. I'll have to add it to my list and see if I want to watch them, maybe give it a review. Looking forward to your comments down below. Let me know what you thought about these first couple of episodes. Thanks so much for watching. But most of all, until next time, remember, Live long and Tuesday.